What's going on, everybody? So I took the day off yesterday. I just played a little bit offline, and yeah, so managed to get Albon again from free agency. Dropped Drugovic, signed Albon to a 5-year contract. It cost $15.5 million. And then on top of his monthly salary, it cost us $10 million to break the contract with Drugovic, which we had plenty of extra money left over. We had like $60 million in the bank, and now I think we're down to like 40 or something. But yeah, a bit expensive, but it's kind of worked out. Albon is able to get podiums. For some reason, he didn't qualify well here. But we are currently in, what is this, round 6, I believe? 5 or 6. It's Emilia-Romagna. Did the qualifying offline. Is Hamilton worth $35 million for 3 seasons? I guess it really depends on how much you have left in how much cost cap you have available. We came in P2 in the constructors last season, so we had a good bit of prize money. So I really should have considered that when doing negotiations with Albon the first time. But yeah, after 2 races with Drugovic and having 2 drivers like rated 79, we weren't getting podiums. So I ditched Drugovic, kept Schumacher because he actually has an in-game face, and picked up Albon because he's just better rated. Yeah, we're just gonna start it off here. Got 100% car setups. I switched over to a new engine, ERS, and gearbox for this race, and put Albon on strategy B and Mick on strategy A. Alright, let's get it going.
Here in Imola, the drivers are ready to take on the 63 laps of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix.
Well, if you ask me, William,
determined sights lining up on the grid.
you should play F1 Manager.
Position off the line. If they manage the race right, well, it could get even better.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. The crowd are on their feet in anticipation of this, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, let's pause this really quick. Let's have high overtake aggression, rarely defend. Same for Schumacher.
Critical overtake. Okay, copy.
Now, Schumacher probably won't last very long up in P4 like that. Yeah, there he goes. He just doesn't have the skill to stay up in the top 5, unfortunately. That's where Albon's coming in here.
Nice. Okay, good job. Okay, there's a big crash.
Already had an incident in lap 1.
Be careful for debris.
What happened? Ocon. Oh,
What was that, honestly? Oh.
looks like he touched wheels with an Aston. Didn't look too bad. Hey, Assassin. How's it going? But yes, later tonight I will be doing the Las Vegas GP watch along. We'll put the live timings and telemetry on screen. I won't be doing a rebroadcast because I don't have permission to do that. But we could at least put the timing on there with the track map and the telemetry showing the speed and throttle and brake. Yeah, actually, Assassin wasn't here right when I started the stream. I did peep the viewer list, and I saw I instantly started the stream with 2 people, so he does have you there. Yeah, I had started the stream up, and for some reason OBS wasn't showing my chat window. It was because I had to re-log in to Twitch through OBS. Alright, see now Albon's through in the top 5.
ERS enabled.
Let's go back to neutral ERS.
Currently P5.
Next car ahead is Russell.
Let's start avoiding curbs to get the tire temp down. Now, while I played some of those rounds offline, there was a technical regulation change that was voted in by nearly every team except for me and 2 others. But next year is a
We're making progress.
full front wing overhaul.
Good job.
So basically,
Thank
every
you for-
part is going to be technically regulated by 50%. You're going to subtract 50% expertise off of every part, and the rear wing is going to have minus 70. So there's going to be... the cars are going to be very slow next year. Unless we do a lot of research. So I was not in favor of a full rear wing overhaul. Basically, if they voted the other one in, it would have been a minus 55% change for all parts. But they went with the minus 50% and then minus 70 on the rear wing. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge to get up to where we are now as far as the pace of the car come next year.
We're on track. Keep pushing, keep pushing.
Let's go back to 2x. It's like Albon can get up here if Verstappen would let him pass. Alright, so we are lowering the tire temp. If we can get this bar to just about the middle, then I will start using curbs again. Alright, there he goes. DRS, Albon into P3. Looks like we're closing the gap to Leclerc. Just gotta start using curbs. Now let's take off the high aggression. Now that we're in podium position, don't want anything stupid to happen. Albon is just way too fast. Djokovic really wasn't cutting it. And as much as I really wanted to develop him, we're really focusing on Behrman as our car 2. So I think we basically should have, like every other team in real life Formula 1, like at least one veteran driver, you know, and then one driver that you want to get better for future prospect. Albon doing very nicely here. A lot of late braking. Puts himself into P2. Russell has overtaken Verstappen. We're in a red Russell phase. Russell driving for Ferrari. Ferrari dominating the championship currently. They somehow manage double podiums almost every race. Alright, let's start avoiding curbs again now that the tires are very hot. And we're at a -3 kilo delta. Let's go back to standard. Keep it moving. That's Albon into P1. He's got clean air. We're avoiding curbs. The tire temp should come down pretty easily here. And we just trade position with Leclerc. Okay, so Leclerc's going to pass, and then we will get him back in the DRS. At least that's the hope. Leclerc is defending like crazy. Albon backs off. We really gotta get these tire temps under control. But we're pretty much at the same, almost at the same tire wear as Leclerc, so we should be able to keep up with him as long as we stay within DRS. Russell now on a 2-second gap to Sainz. Being attacked by Verstappen. This little battle here seems to be slowing him down. Nick has managed to keep up with Verstappen, so that's good. Put a 4-second gap on Norris. See, Djokovic would have never been able to do this with the car that we have right now. He would have been probably around P8. What do you guys think? Is it going to be, might be some points for Logan Sargent, or do you think he'll fall out of the top 10? He had an amazing qualifying run. Just Williams in general, both cars. And even after Albon wrecked his rear left tire in the practice session, they were able to get the car back in shape. So pretty impressive from the Williams pit crew. Tires way too cold for Albon. Let's start putting some heat into those. Be using curbs. Gotta watch the tire temps here. We don't want to go too high. Try to keep them around 90. For the mediums, we'll try to keep them around 100. That should help us save some tire wear, while at the same time being fast. Albon getting defensive. Oh, the two Ferraris, or sorry, I say Ferraris, but it's actually Leclerc and Sainz. Former Ferrari driver Carlos Sainz has gapped Verstappen. Schumacher keeping up. Okay, cold tires on Albon. Let's get the heat back. Bring those back into the 90s. Should maybe also think about topping up some battery while we're in the gap zone. Schumacher and Russell having a battle, though neither of them will probably get past Verstappen at this point, unless he absolutely destroys his tires. Russell on a 42% soft, 41% medium for Leclerc. We've almost gapped him. Schumacher does overtake Verstappen. His tires are running cold though, so let's put some heat into those, and Albon needs to avoid curbs to get the tire temps down.
Big crash mod shot.
Crash on track.
A lot of debris on the start finish.
It's Leclerc. Is that Leclerc Sainz? Ouch. Momentary stop.
It's not going the way the team had hoped today.
Leclerc fell back 2.5 seconds. Does he have damage?
The window is open.
It looks like yes. Front left wing. And Sainz gets a penalty. This could be big. Maybe, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but maybe Mick can do something here. Mick is now within 1 second of Leclerc, who has aero damage. Going on the inside. Nope. Got defended. That's a second look. Okay, we've got to make sure that Sainz doesn't run away from us here, but he does have a penalty. So when he does eventually pit, we will be ahead. Alright, I think we got one more lap in these tires. And then we go to the hard tire. Really need to get out in front of Sainz here. Tires running a little hot on Schumacher. Let's back off a little bit with the curbs. Okay, Sainz should be going into the pit now. Yep, followed him right into the pit. He's got to serve a penalty. Ouch. So we did have a pit stop issue, but Sainz serving the penalty kept him behind. So it could have been worse, but luckily we got out ahead. I think we got like about 2 more laps on Schumacher. We go to the hard tire. Next lap. We gotta get these temps up for Albon. Tires are just about in the window. With a fresh hard tire, we should be able to cut through some of this medium runner traffic. Maybe a little high aggression. On the outside of Gasly. Now with DRS. Next up, K-Mag. K-Mag in an Alfa Romeo. Let's back off on the tire temps. We don't want to absolutely melt these right away. Okay, 2.3 second pit stop for Schumacher. Very nice. Okay, we want Mick to use the curbs. Albon's still in very high confidence, so if we could just make this pass on De Vries, should be back into peak. There it goes on the inside. Gets the move done. Okay, we gotta watch the temps on Schumacher's tire. They're about to get into the yellow. For Albon, he's within the optimal window. So we want to try to keep these tires around 100 in order to save some of the life. Because I think Verstappen is definitely going for an overcut here. Trying to make his mediums last as long as possible. Yeah, he didn't go into the pit just yet. He's going to have one more go around and then pit. Okay, Max is going into the pit. Okay, so with the overcut from Verstappen, he's got about 10% better tires than everyone ahead. So if he decides to push these tires, he should be able to cut through a little bit of the traffic, but we have to do our best to conserve what we got. Don't want them going too cold, though. 97, 95 is about the lowest you want to get these tires. Try to keep them around 100. Like using curbs again. We now have a 3-second gap on Russell. Russell does appear to be defending against Sainz. So that is slowing him down a bit. Schumacher is managing to keep up just barely. DRS helping a lot there to cut that gap. Now Sainz falling back to 3.6 seconds because of how much defending he's having to do. Meanwhile, we're just running free and clean air, so let's get the tire temps back down under 100 again. Looks like Russell is now defending against Schumacher because he's falling away from Sainz. Gap to Sainz now just a little over a second. May not have DRS here. Let's see if we can attack Russell since he doesn't have DRS. Alright, there he goes. Now we should have clean air. Let's avoid some curbs. Actually, he doesn't have clean air because Science is ahead. But now we should have DRS on him. Hopefully Science starts defending again and we build up that gap for Albon. We should probably look to getting this fuel delta down to maybe 1.5 kilos. Okay, now Sainz will have to defend against Schumacher. So with that, Albon should be free to conserve some fuel. Okay, both cars still doing pretty well here. Let's use some curbs for Schumacher and Albon. I think we may have gapped Russell here if we can just get over the line without losing too much time here from the defense. Okay, Mick is a low aggression driver, so he's not going to do a dive bomb like Albon might. But now we have a 1.5 delta. We can start avoiding curbs again to get the tire temps back down to 100. And all we have to do is basically hold this position. I want Mick to be in neutral for defense and medium for aggression. Okay, if when Mick goes behind a car, or if a car goes ahead of Mick, we need to make sure that he's not defending, so he takes the racing line. Okay, tire temps are coming down, but we've built up a 4.5 second gap to Albon. With the amount of cars in the way of Verstappen, I do not think he's going to be able to get into podium position with the 2 Ferraris ahead. We're probably going to have to conserve just a little bit more if we can get this delta down to maybe 1 kilo. We'll start using curbs again, now that we're at 100. Okay, there's 20 laps left in the race, so yeah, we need to bring this fuel delta down. And we need Schumacher defending just a little bit. We can get the delta down to 0.75, 0.5. We should be able to ride out standard mode for the rest of the race. Just get back off the curbs. Looks like we're gonna have to lap Sargent now. I don't want this blue flag to mess me up, so I'll try to go maximum pace just for now. Or maximum tire pace. It almost happened. The blue flag almost made us lose the gap to Sainz. So, back off the curbs. Conserve just a little bit more. Want the delta to be 0.5. Okay, then we go back to balance now that we're at 0.5, and we should be able to just stay on standard for the rest of the race.
That lap was bad.
Why didn't... Okay.
Yeah, it's could have been better, but honestly, I think we're doing pretty good. We just need to make sure that we hold on long enough so that we can overtake Sainz like right at the end. And for that, I think I want to harvest just a little bit on Mick, as long as he's in DRS range. 15 laps to go. Want the tire temps under 100. It does seem like Sainz is trying to run away from us, but we're on harvest, so that might be the difference. Then we want, actually, Russell's catching up. Let's get off the curbs. Start using curbs, that is. Breaking news, Formula One to repeat Abu Dhabi in 2021. This year's Abu Dhabi, says FIA. I don't know if that's possible, man. There's no more Michael Masi. Masi's moved on, right? They put him somewhere else. And he still works for the FIA, I'm pretty sure. But without Masi's call there.
Toto, it's called a motor race, okay? We went to car racing.
They're gonna rehire Masi. Never say never in Formula One. So it's gonna be Logan Sargent into the wall, trying to defend a position where it's not even for points. And then Sargent is going to get passed up, and then he'll try to fire back, but then overdrive the car, and then go into the wall, cause a safety car, and then... I mean, Max has already won the championship, so I don't know how that could possibly be the situation, but a Williams forcing a safety car. On behalf of Logan Sargent. Is that what you're predicting? Ten laps. Ten laps left. We got an 8-second gap on Albon. This car is just way too fast. It's even Mick has got a podium here. But yeah, we've been really managing the tire much better than the AI has. His Sainz, 47% hard tire. He's probably going to get overtaken by Verstappen. Verstappen's overcut only let him. Remember, Verstappen had a 10% tire difference. Now it's only down to 3%. So he used a lot of tire, and he's been basically in the dirty air of 3 cars ahead of him. So overcut did not work for Verstappen. He should have pit earlier. Gave him bad track position by doing that overcut. Okay, let's use the curbs again. Gotta keep Schumacher ahead. Schumacher does have a good amount of battery left as well. Oh, look at that. VSC. Sainz into the wall. That was crazy. Couldn't hang. All right, there's one Red Bull out.
Yes, it's Carlos Sainz.
Let's see that again. Oh, absolutely wrecked his car.
The team glued to the monitors and watching their hopes crumble away.
Now we have VSC.
That's a VSC. Close on the Delta. Copy.
Let's just fast forward a bit here.
VSC ending.
Okay, we have excess fuel we need to burn off here.
Okay, Alex, we can start reducing lift and coast.
Tires are cool, so we can use curbs.
Enabled.
Russell is at a 1.1 second gap, so he will not have DRS. Although, but Verstappen does get DRS off of Russell. That's a problem.
Ready. No.
Yep.
Yep.
Verstappen is going to do his damnedest here to overtake Schumacher. Got 4 laps to last here. Verstappen got a 2% tire advantage. He's pushing. He just got fastest lap. We have to deploy. With Max behind us, we have to deploy. There's no way to save it unless we use the battery. Guess he will have DRS here. Okay, we got 33% extra battery. We need to hold on to that as long as possible. Two laps left. We need to deploy. Deploy. Oh no. Well, that was close. Verstappen had a whiff of P2. Come on, Mick, defend. Defend, you bastard. I don't know if Verstappen's going to have another opportunity. He may try through this chicane. Deploy everything. Deploy everything, Mick.
Nice job, mate.
Yes, boy! Yes! Woo!
Thank you.
Look at that. Double podium.
Okay, and checkered flag.
A Williams 1-2. Verstappen would not be denied a podium, though. That was too close. That was too close. It looked like he was gonna get passed up, but we had that extra battery. Yeah, Mercedes is not doing too good right now.
Alex Albon put in an absolute showstopper of a drive today.
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy absolutely spot on.
It's hugs all round for the team. In fact, they all deserve a pat on the back as well for everything that they've achieved. And it's the former Red Bull Junior team driver
It
who
is.
continues to fly higher.
It gets even better.
They gotta stop calling Albon former Red Bull.
Podium finish.
He's a Williams driver.
Well, Formula One certainly feels at home in Italy, and it looks like those three feel right at home too.
Bro, imagine Schumacher actually on the podium like that.
Now, Carew, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And that's about it for our time here in Imola.
For the next Grand Prix, make sure you join us at the renowned city circuit of Monaco.
That was a amazing race for both of our drivers. Okay, that's we're in striking distance of the Red Bull. We just need another double podium in a DNF from them again. And then we will have secured, or we will be into the P2 in the constructors, and that will meet our board objective. Amazing pit stop for Schumacher, 2.3 seconds. 194 points. Ferrari closest behind. McLaren gaining massive points there. We had a stuck wheel nut on Albon, so we got to work on some pit stop drills. Ten successful defenses, 2 failed. 8 successful overtakes, 15 failed. 6 successfuls, 26 failed. 11 successful defenses. And don't forget, that was against Verstappen, most of those, I think. And we do have to pay Albon his 3rd or higher finishing place there. Well, Liz, thank you for the raid. We just had a Williams 1-2. But welcome. We're currently season 3. Uh-oh, we're having a problem with the side pods here. It will take longer to design the side pods. If we pay 300,000 overtime for 12 extra days, that means it will not be ready for Canadian GP. See, for 300,000. All right, we'll just. I'm not gonna spend the extra money right now. F2 results. Car inspection. Place the front wing. Looks like the chassis is probably gonna need to be replaced pretty soon. Chassis and side pods. Barely know who any of these people are. I think some of these are AI generated. But I know Jack Crawford's a real person. What, F3? Sophia is leading F3. 19 points. So yeah, for next year, the technical regulations It's basically going to be minus 50% on each part. So we're going to lose a lot of performance next season. Unless we try to offset it by researching, which I've already started doing now. We're going 3 slots research, 1 development, or 1 design, should I say. Then we have Monaco. We can get 2 drivers in the top 10. I will not try fastest lap, but we'll do the same here. We'll do 2 drivers in the points for 2 races.
Welcome along to one of the biggest weekends in motorsport, here in Monaco.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it. I always basically have to save it because I use the F1 setup site. Yeah, let me save that and set up the car here. Let's do 25. Actually, let's do 30. 32 laps. And then 23 laps. And this one is 9. 16. 9-1. 325. 4-0. And for car 2, we're going to put Oliver Behrman in car 2. And that should... what I did forget is I did forget to change the engine, but whatever.
Radio check, Alex.
We'll,
Yes,
we'll switch it next
Yeah, loud and clear.
session.
What are we thinking about tyres here?
Might crack. Can't believe that's his real name, but it is. Try to get a fast lap out of each car. See what we place.
Low on pack.
Yep, copy.
Okay, back off.
Yep,
Let's try and build this pack up.
yeah.
No Behrman topping the charts.
Battery's good.
Copy.
Track is full. Copy.
Feedback on limitation.
I'm happy.
Copy.
Okay with the car?
You know what I find hilarious? Like, when Zach Brown says the word formula, he always pronounces it formula. You ever notice that? You hear Zach Brown in the latest team principal interview. And every time he says the word formula, he omits the U. And he says formula. It's really, like, I can't unhear it now. Every time he says it, I'm like, it just sticks out. And I always notice it. We got 36% track climatization on Albon. 96 drivers prep, so I think Behrman should have his extra points. What do you think? You think Leclerc is going to win Vegas? What do you think Ferrari will do Ferrari things and somehow Leclerc will manage to lose his podium? I'm kind of hoping Logan Sargent can actually score legit points. Just to shut up all the haters. I mean, it would be a miracle, but... it would be a miracle, but it'd be something to look forward to from the Williams team. Let's do 30 laps on Mick and use a medium tire. And then we gotta switch out to the practice parts. Don't wanna use the good stuff in practice too much. Not a big enough fan of Formula 1 to be awake at 6 a.m. I don't blame you, man, but that's basically what I have to do every time there's there's a Middle Eastern race, or actually Australia, Japan. Always has me up at weird hours if I try to watch it live. But yeah, it'll be late for me as well. Red flag 9 minutes into Vegas. Just like practice, or are you talking about... Like somehow George Russell... Okay, you're talking about free practice 1? I'm talking about the race, though. Somehow George Russell managed to get it set up better than Hamilton. You saw that drama in qualifying with Hamilton, not Hamilton, but Verstappen and Ocon. Like Max has started his flying lap and Ocon like didn't get out of his way. So Max did a dive bomb. You got Mercedes on WhatsApp channels. What are they saying there? Aston Martin, Aramco, Cognizant Formula One team. Didn't Lawrence Stroll sell like some amount of shares of his team? What was the news on that? Yeah, Lawrence Stroll sells F1 team stake at 1 billion valuation. He sold it to a private equity firm. Arctos Partners. I have no idea who those people are. Arctos Partners has acquired a minority share in AMR Holdings GP Limited, the team's holding company. The deal is expected to close by the end of 2023. Going into the Financial Times, this investment values the team at £1 billion. Earlier this year, Alpine sold 24% to a consortium which included Wrexham AFC owners Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Rob McElhenney, the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You can't chat in there, sadly. If you could, it would be hell in there. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it would be flooded with a bunch of Verstappen trolls. That's why you can't have nice things. Trolls will ruin it for you. Trolls and haters. On Instagram, like, I follow the F1 account on Instagram, and for whatever reason, they keep trying to invite me to this, like, group or whatever. Some group that, like, notifies you, with F1 news. I joined it briefly, and then, like, they were just posting, pictures and stuff, and I was like, why do I even need this? Basically scroll through my feed every 3 hours anyway. I think there's over 767,000 followers. Damn. Okay, almost done with the practice here. If you didn't have internet for 7 hours, you'd have over 100,000 notifications. Like, do you really need all those apps, you know, giving you pop-ups and stuff? You blame school. I feel like that's me with Discord. I have so many Discord servers on my list. Like, I just right-click the thing and hit mark all as red, and I never actually read what the hell they're trying to notify me
Okay, that'll be flag. Check the flag.
about.
Is there damage?
Copy, just sit tight for now.
Okay, so we got 100 on Albon, 70 on Mick. That puts him at 92. Alright, so Mick will be starting in high confidence, Albon in very high confidence.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Okay, now that we're in qualifying, let's put on the good parts. If we can get one good lap around here, do one good lap and then try to get another faster lap out of this.
So keep the delta negative
Yep.
where you can.
Albon some peak
Okay,
confidence.
that's that run done.
Copy.
Let's go out on the same tire. Second lap. Still setting purple sectors.
We're currently P1.
Okay, Alex, that's that run done. So go switch in.
Copy.
Okay, so it looks like Schumacher's P3. Dropping down a little bit though. It's faster than Hamilton. We do one more lap on the same used soft tire.
Currently P1 slow on the in-lap.
Yes, copy.
It's an easy Q2. Okay, let's go out on the scrub soft tire for Q2. So if we start on the slower compound, or like the more used soft tire, they should be in peak confidence when they do a lap on a fresh soft.
So both to 0, put negative.
Let's work those brakes on the way in.
Yep, copy.
Reconfigure, put on a fresh soft tire on both cars, send it out again.
Okay, P4. Okay, I think that's a pretty good lap. Let's
Peak
go in now.
confidence.
Okay.
Could probably save this soft tire. I don't think anyone's improving much after this. Should be able to get both cars into Q3 at this point. Yep, no major improvements from the other cars. Leclerc and Russell. Alright, and now put on this scrub soft tire. Send them out ASAP.
That's green. Okay, so just keep an eye on the delta, just be slightly negative if you can. Keep focus on the brakes on the way in if you can.
Yep.
One more run on that same soft tire. What have you done today? Absolutely nothing apart from watching Twitch. You didn't watch any YouTube either?
Currently P1.
No TikToks, YouTube Shorts,
Yeah, I'm posting
Instagram
myself.
Reels.
Okay.
That's what I do. I wake up and I scroll through my feed. Alright, sending out both cars on a fresh soft tire.
Second flag.
YouTube and also Snapchat Spotlight, yep. That's how I get my news, you know? I don't read a newspaper. I just scroll through my feed. Look at that, Albon qualified P1. That's huge.
Welcome to race day. And before we get down to it, last minute checks are being
20
made.
minutes till 2 a.m. Damn, you're up.
Monaco can
Yep,
hand out
pretty late.
unpredictable results, just like in 1982.
I used to be able to stay up until 4 a.m. regularly. But I wake up too early now. Would a medium tire work here? I don't think so. Let's put Albon on strategy B since he's leading the race. Want to try to keep him out ahead as long as possible. And then for Schumacher, give him the soft tire. Maybe that will allow him to stay ahead of the traffic. It's under fuel by 1 lap. Maximum pace. At 4:45 a.m. this year. Damn. Yeah, man, good for you on a relationship. Feel like a normal human being, right? Instead of a vampire staying up late. Alright, let's get started.
The streets of Monte Carlo are ready as the drivers prepare for the seventh. It's time for one of the most exciting races in the world. This is the Monaco Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Good start off the line for Albon. Of course, this is Monaco, so the overtaking opportunities will be very minimal. Also, low speed downforce is a huge factor here. If your car doesn't have low speed downforce, then you're going to be in trouble at Monaco. Because those are some slow corners. Albon's already set fastest lap. Verstappen is behind. He's trying to close in. It's those low speed corners I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to use all the battery through here. Now bring it back to neutral. Alright, let's start avoiding the curbs. Get these tire temps under control. And what I want to do is keep them on a rarely defend option so that we're on the racing line. Looks like Verstappen is working his tires a little bit more than we are because he's already at 91. If we keep our temps under 100, we should be able to outlast him. I mean, yeah, no one's ever really normal, right? It's all relative. We're all crazy in our own ways. But yeah, staying up late. Staying up late and waking up late definitely doesn't feel normal. But yeah, I have a job, so I have to wake up, you know, every day, 8 o'clock. Work a 9 to 5. And then after work, I log on to Twitch, stream for you guys, or sometimes I take a nap. Okay, tire temps are falling under 100. Let's start using curbs again. Verstappen is at 86%. He's definitely using up his tire. Also, he's in our dirty air. Yeah, let's get these temps to stay under 100. Look at that. .5 second gap on Verstappen, and we have a tire life advantage. This avoid high-speed curbs option is just so overpowered on certain tracks like this. Temperature is going to 100. Let's avoid the curbs again. Now Leclerc is trying to fight Verstappen. Verstappen not letting him pass. Want Schumacher to use some curbs. Now it's a 2-second gap on Verstappen. Okay, we're at a 2.3 kilo delta. Let's put that back to standard pace. Quarter to 2. Does you mean 1:45? Are you that tired? 1:75 a.m. What's that? Wouldn't that be like 1:50? That would be 2:15. Like if you put 175 in a microwave for the time, that would technically be 2:15, right? Okay, tire temps are going crazy. Let's bring that back down for Schumacher. Albon needs to use curbs. Bring the temps up. Verstappen does seem to be pushing though. He's cutting the gap down. What was 2 seconds is now 1 second. But there's no way he can sustain that pace. Because he's got 76%, we have 80. George Russell using his hard tire. We got a while to go here for the Vegas race. The pre-race show starts, what is that, 3 hours and 10 minutes? So the race is going to be, what, another 4 hours from now? So what I might do is I might take a little break here after this race, and then I'll get back online probably about maybe 11 p.m. Eastern time. Because yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to stream. if I keep streaming up until the race, I'll probably fall asleep on stream. Norris and Russell at Williams when? I don't know. I want to get I kind of want Albon to be our driver champion. But if somehow Albon gets too old, then I'll pick up Norris. Not old, but if he's not developing in the way that we want. Okay, Schumacher's tires are pretty cold here. Let's get him on the curbs. Honestly, I like to keep George Russell as my rival. You know, if you got a driver that can beat George Russell, then you know he's a good driver. Russell in red. I'm still not used to seeing Russell in a red Ferrari suit. Bro. There's no way. If we put Latifi and unretire him with 100 in every stat, Red Bull will pick him up for sure. Actually, that's not necessarily true, because even though he might be he might have high stats, he's gonna probably demand a very high contract, and most teams, depending on how much they have in the cost cap, they might not actually hire him because he may be too expensive. Which is basically why I'm thinking AlphaTauri picked up Sargent over Piastri. Like, Piastri may have been asking for too much money, and then for whatever reason they picked up Sargent because he was a free agent. For $100 million, what is that? $100 million salary per month, or sorry, per year. That boils down to $8.33 million a month. So if you do, yeah, that means you would only have $35 million left in the cost cap. And don't forget that our cost cap is $5 million less than the default because of the financial regulations. Everyone voted, for whatever reason, all the teams voted to decrease the cost cap. Which is just absolutely ridiculous. Maybe, I don't know. I guess it really depends on how good your facilities are. Because if you have really good facilities in this game, and you could design good parts without having to do, 5 different designs of each individual part, if you only need maybe like 2 to 3 designs per year, then you could probably afford having a very expensive driver. But for our team, Williams, which basically had one of the worst downforce cars to start with. Basically we have to make 5 different iterations of every single part per season, and it's only now that I improved some of the facilities, so we get a little bit more extra downforce per part. But season 1, that was basically impossible. We had to spend like 90% of our budget on design. I'm talking too much. I'm not paying attention.
Let's go. Let's go. You're talking a lot. You're talking too much.
Gotta make sure I don't overcook these tires. Because, yeah, Schumacher is about to need to pit very soon here.
I am stupid. I am stupid. I switch off everything.
The Red Bull's up ahead. Somehow Sainz passed Verstappen. Now we have an 8-second gap on oh man. Albon has an 8-second gap to the car behind. That's just crazy. Alright, 7.7 gap. Dude, I have over 1 million channel points in Italix's chat. He's a pretty popular streamer. I don't know if you know Italix, but he's a friend of Germa985. Yeah, I mean, if you subscribe, you get a channel point multiplier. So if you have Amazon Prime, you could multiply your channel points by subscribing. But honestly, like, I don't know if I stream often enough to warrant people's subscriptions. I do appreciate everyone that does follow, though. But I don't beg or ask people to subscribe. It's entirely up to them. Also, I don't show ads on a schedule. So, if you join, you may get a pre-roll ad, but I don't put ads during my content. But like I said, yeah, there are pre-roll ads enabled. Alright, now, Mick, you gotta get in there. Tires are pretty much dead. And you don't know Italix? He's he's like a medium-sized streamer. But yeah, hopefully you have a good night, and if you're up for the race, I'll see you then. If not, catch you next time. 2.29 second pit stop. Damn. That is a fast pit stop. Bro, don't mess up your sleep schedule just to watch a race, you know? It's not worth it to wake up tired. No, we're going too slow on Albon. We gotta pick up the pace a little bit with the tire temps. But we could we'll see if Verstappen tries to undercut. Let's see. Actually, Leclerc may undercut here because he's already at 37%. So he'd probably go around one more time and then jump into the pits because the pit window should be right about now for anyone on medium tires. I think we give Albon one more lap around. And then we switch next lap. Basically just try to use everything that we have in this tire. Now that would be, technically that would be undercutting if Verstappen does not pit. We have a 6-second gap on Verstappen, so even if we do have a pit mistake on Albon, we should be safe. Okay, Leclerc went into the pit. So Leclerc's trying to undercut. Because the optimal lap should be right about now. .6 seconds. Not bad, but not good. No mistakes, so that's, you know, that's good. But the time itself could have been better. Now we have clean air. We have 12 seconds of clean air ahead of us. And we just basically keep this tire on attack and using curbs. It's Verstappen in the pit. Okay, we got out ahead of Verstappen. We're ahead of Verstappen by 1.4 seconds. Sorry, not 1.4, I mean 6.4. Actually, maybe even 7 seconds at this point. We want to make sure that we have the right temperature window for both tires. So we have to start using curbs on Mick and avoid curbs on Albon. Okay, the race is about half over. We have a 1.6 second, I'm sorry, 1.6 kilo fuel delta. We may need to lower that just a little bit by conserving. Russell in the pits. Yeah, overcut for Russell did not work out. Because now he's that 7 seconds behind Verstappen. And Verstappen is 6 seconds behind us. So the undercut is definitely stronger in Monaco. I think overcutting is good on a track where you can pass easily. But on a track like Monaco, it's a street circuit, there's very small margins where you can overtake. And there's only really one opportunity, and that's during this long straight. And it's not even that long. Tire temperatures too high, too low. Make sure we balance these out. Want to try to keep these tires within 110 Celsius or between 100 and 110. We can push them a little bit more on Albon. Setting personal best sectors. Okay, tire temp is now 109. Let's start avoiding curbs. Esteban Ocon on a... Did he start on this hard tire? I don't know how that's going to work out for him, because he'll go... But he's doing a reverse A strategy. So you start on the hard tire, and then you end on the soft tire. Let's see. Does he go to the soft, or... Yeah, he's probably going to go to the soft tire. Oh, he went medium. Seems kind of odd, but I guess you could technically push a medium tire a bit more than you can a soft, but again, Monaco is not the track for overtaking. So pit strategy is very important. Like on a medium tire, you're not going to be able, on this kind of track, you're not going to be able to overtake everybody that's ahead of him. Let's get the tire temps back up between 100 and 110. Verstappen is just out of the DRS. He's being attacked by Russell. Russell attacking Verstappen is definitely slowing him down. Because now the gap between Verstappen and Leclerc is 1.3. George Russell set the fastest time. Oh, and Russell passes Verstappen in the DRS. Can he make it stick? Yeah, he gets the move done. Medium tire giving him just a little bit more grip. Okay, tire temps are running a bit hot. Let's get that back down. Then the next time we're on the less than 100 on the temperatures, then we can start conserving fuel while we attack. Okay, tire temperature is decreasing. I think once these hit about 105, then we use curbs again and then go to conserve fuel pace. Try to get this fuel delta to 0.5 kilos. Okay, so use curbs, conserve. Use curbs, but conserve. Okay, we have to watch the gap to Leclerc. Make sure this doesn't increase too much. Or sorry, decrease. It's 5.2. So if we can keep this gap above 5 seconds, I think we're okay. Temperatures are getting a bit hot. Let's avoid the curbs, go back to balanced. We have a -1 kilo delta on the fuel. Still need to lower this, I should say raise the delta to 0.5. Just waiting for the tire temps to drop under 100. Hamilton leaving the pits. He's got Sonoda ahead with a 37% tire. Zhou's on a 33% tire. So Hamilton may actually get into the points. Okay, tire temps are dropping down to 100. Let's use the curbs and conserve. Get this delta into the 0.05 range. Okay, temperatures are getting up to 115, so let's avoid the curbs. Go back to balanced. Try to bring these back to sub 100 degrees. As far as lap times go, Leclerc is better by 2 seconds. That's pretty fast. Hamilton on a soft tire. Okay, temperatures are dropping. Start using the curbs again and then bring the fuel delta up. Hamilton going for a pass. Couldn't make it stick. He's attacking Stroll, who is on a 65% hard tire. So if he keeps pretty close here, he might actually be able to pass Stroll in the DRS. Nope, unfortunately, it's run out of road. Okay, get back to standard pace and avoid the curbs. Okay, we should be good on fuel now if we just maintain a standard pace. We just have to watch the tire temperatures. Keep them between 100 and 110. Alright, so just maintaining the pace, but at the same time not overheating the tires. Hamilton looks stuck behind Stroll here. There's not many overtaking opportunities. Ferrari seem to be fighting for position. It's Leclerc ahead of Russell. "13-second gap to Sainz behind." Leclerc closing the gap. We need to start using curbs again. No, actually, I think we need to just keep on the attack. Because we cannot let Leclerc have DRS on us. He's going to try to use everything that he has in the tire to catch up and get into the 1 second DRS range. We just have to keep ahead of him. With our tire advantage, we have 63% versus 56. So if we keep attacking until Leclerc gets under 50, he should have no more pace left. Okay, gap increasing to 2 seconds. Once he falls under 50, he'll start rapidly losing pace compared to us. So we're just waiting for that point, if we can hold him out by staying ahead, but not overcooking the tires. Okay, 3.7 second gap. We've effectively disappeared from Leclerc's vision. Okay, Leclerc's still trying to close the gap. Let's use the curbs again. Maintain a 2 second gap on Leclerc. We might actually be even using battery this time.
Yeah, we're back on low on pack again.
Yes, copy.
Okay, Leclerc does have DRS. He's still attacking. He's actually probably going to keep attacking up until the end of the race. Take a look at his tire temps once we cross the line. Okay, we have a 1 second gap again. I think he will not have DRS. Okay. Okay, he's over the line. Look at the lap history for Leclerc. Yeah, he's been pushing his tires. Right here, when he crossed the line, they were at 122 degrees. And he has 1 megajoule of charge in the battery. So he's probably trying to harvest. Let's try to combat that by harvesting ourselves. And stay on the attack. Now, he did have some blue flags in the way. Yeah, here's another blue flag for Leclerc. So he's in a little bit of dirty air here. But that will give him DRS. We're going to make sure that we have enough battery to combat Leclerc when he just starts deploying as well. Pause it. Let's check Leclerc. Yeah, he's still cooking his tires. 123. And he's got 1.5 in the battery. It looks like he's topping up. So we should also go to top up mode. Okay, we just hit a 0 kilo delta, so it's perfect. We got 3 laps left in the race. Okay. Leclerc is maybe going to make a final push pretty soon. Oh, we have a VSC!
Red flag.
Oh, what? Red flag. Norris per share. Oh no.
And not just one car involved in that, as you can see. An unfortunate moment, yes,
Big
but
hit.
as any driver will know, this is an unforgiving sport.
Oh man, that red flag, okay. So now we go to a fresh soft tire for both cars. Now it's just full deploy.
Not for the first time today, the drivers are lined up, awaiting the lights. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Push fuel. There's 2 laps of racing. Push fuel, neutral, high aggression.
Full deploy.
Copy.
Albon's quick off the line, but here comes Russell. Leclerc not letting Russell pass. This is the last lap. This is Abu Dhabi 2021 vibes right here. 1 lap of racing. Except it was a red flag, standing start, not a safety car. And that's it. Over the line, P1. Double podium for Ferrari.
You said you can't pass right now.
Yeah, that was amazing. The car was unbelievable.
Take the flag.
And it's Albon. Alex Albon over the finish line first. And the winner is Alex Albon.
just an incredible demonstration of why they belong in Formula One.
They're gonna call him the Red Bull Junior driver again.
Now that's a really fantastic result for the Williams driver.
An inspired strategy from the team there. What a well-deserved win that was.
The team has been waiting patiently there, and you can see just how much it means to each and every one of them. And there's Alex Albon now, taking to the podium alongside his fellow drivers.
That's their second win of the season. A brilliant talent who looks so at home on the track.
Always a special occasion here in the incomparable Monte Carlo. They'll be pushing the boat out here tonight, no doubt. Now, Carew, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race. But how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
They'll be absolutely delighted to have picked up the win here. What a great outcome that is for the team.
All right, that's 2 wins for Albon. Moves him into 4th in the drivers. Williams now double points finish, put us into P2. So now we're on target for the board objective with 2 wins, 3 podiums. Not bad. Not bad at all. Albon really doing a lot of work here for us with 2 wins. That's amazing. I think the money that we shelled out for Albon was definitely worth it. Unfortunately, we couldn't really get the contract going the first time, but after renegotiating while he was in free agency, he was much more receptive. Basically, if a driver's in free agency, you can keep negotiating with them like until they come up with a deal that is acceptable. So we got the chassis research done. Car inspection failed. We need a new chassis. We're gonna have to go with an old spec on the chassis. Front wing, replace the front wing. Side pods. Go to an older side pod build. And now we have Spanish GP coming up 4 days. What's the car condition? So we need a chassis and side pods on car 1. Probably side pods on car 2. Maybe suspension. Okay, major technical regulations next year, so we need to... Well, we should maybe try to design 1 more chassis this year with the rest of our hours, because I would like to get the drag reduction a bit under control. Really not getting much out of this with the drag reduction. We have 66 million left in the cost cap. So if we do this design, we're gonna, in order to benefit from this with the hours and the intense design, we're gonna have to do one more 0-hour design after this. We're not going to be able to get a chassis in time for Car 2, unfortunately. We should try to make some rear wing or front wing replacements. And we need one side pod replacement. Okay, we should easily be able to get both drivers into the top 10. And with that, that is now... Yeah, see, when we went... when we had the first 4 races with Djurgovic, the board wasn't very happy there. But once we picked up Albon again, I'm much happier. And we're now on target for the season objective. So we got the Spanish GP up next.
Thank you for joining us for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Okay, so looks like we have, what, another 3 hours, or 2.5 hours. Sorry, 3.5 hours until the race, so I'm going to take about a 1 to 2 hour break here, and then I will be back online with some more F1 Manager, and once the race starts, we're going to go to the live timing screens and have a bit of a watch along. But for now, yeah, like I said, it's going to be a 2 hour, maybe like a 1 to 2 hour break. In the meantime, let's raid my friend John, Chef Negative. And I'll see everybody, if you're awake, for the Las Vegas GP in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Alright, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, subscribing, VOD watchers, if you're out there, appreciate you as well. And I'll be back later tonight.